I wish this was made more clear to members when they first sign up how Encore parks work, because this is probably the biggest complaint that I hear, and it's just how it works. We are not affiliated with Thousand Trails. I have nothing to do with them. We've just had a membership for 5 years and mostly lived full-time in them for those 5 years. So we've been to a lot of parks, and I've talked to a lot of people that work at the parks. Encore parks are not Thousand Trails parks. They have contracts with Thousand Trails to let their members use certain sites in their parks. And it's a limited number of sites, and usually specific sites. Sometimes it's only 10. Early on in our travels, we stayed at one campground that was mostly empty. I went into the office and asked about moving sites, and she said, no, our contract with Thousand Trails is for those 10 sites, and it's that loop only, and I can't move you to any other part of the park. That's what they get paid by Thousand Trails for, is a certain number of sites, and that's all they're going to let the Thousand Trails members use. In actual Thousand Trails parks, the entire park is for members. Maybe they have a few reserved for retail guests, but most of it is Thousand Trails members. And Encore is the opposite. It is mostly retail with a few reserved sites for Thousand Trails members. And if those 10 sites are full of Thousand Trails members, even if the entire rest of the park is empty, they will not let you take extra Thousand Trails spots, because that's all they're getting paid for. And yes, sometimes the Thousand Trails reserved sites are not the best in the park. I try to look at it with a different perspective. With our Thousand Trails membership, we pay, I think, $127 a month. That comes out to $4 a night. $4 a night. These places are charging $100+ a night. So I might not get the nicest spot in the park, but I'm paying $4 a night instead of $100. If I wanted to go pay $100 something a night, I could stay in another spot. But I know some people that paid for the lifetime memberships, they put thousands of dollars down at the beginning, and it wasn't made real clear, and they just assumed they had access to all of these Encore parks, and then they try to make reservations and they're told that it's full all the time. Can be very frustrating. So knowing how it works and having realistic expectations makes it easier, but people don't know that, and so they get very frustrated when they see that they get a bad spot, the whole park's open, and they can't get moved. So many full-time families just shovel around Florida all winter, and there are only three actual Thousand Trails parks in Florida, and they're all in Central Florida. And then there are dozens of Encore parks all over the coast, but most of those only have a few spots reserved for Thousand Trails memberships, and they fill up so fast. We've spent 5 winters there and have not been able to get into a lot of those parks over the winter. We stayed in Florida last summer, and all the parks were empty, and we got to stay in any park we wanted. But yes, I wish it was more clear, because this is the complaint I hear most often.